Hello, I thought I'd come on here and talk to you guys a bit about The Acolyte and um, sort of the controversy surrounding it with Leslie Headland and Amandla Stenberg and how they've sort of um, responded to the show being canceled and everything like that. So, grab your coffee, grab your snacks, grab everything, and let's dive into it. So as some of you guys may know, The Acolyte got canceled, mainly due to poor viewership and the poor writing and poor acting by Amandla Stenberg, in my opinion. Shocker. I don't think I'm the only one who thinks that. But fingers crossed I'm not the only one who thinks that. But yeah, it got canceled. So I personally have never seen The Acolyte. I have no intentions to see it, just because of how terrible the acting I've seen is. From Amandla Stenberg, from the Green Hulk lady who has like weird little horn things on her head, and it, from what I've heard, it is overall a very disappointing show. Like there are good points to it, like like some of the fight scenes, the lightsabers and the lightsaber duels and stuff like that. But that can't carry the whole show. It has to have a plot. You can't just have lightsaber duels after lightsaber duels and that carry the show, you know? So the lightsaber duels, good from what I've seen. But then from the clips that I've seen from like other Star Wars YouTubers covering it, and they have clips and stuff, I think the acting sucks. And like the premise of the show is very interesting itself. I would see it if the acting was better. Again, the acting. Tale as old as time. The acting sucks. I have said that, and I will continue to say it. The acting sucks. But the plot itself has like potential, and one twin goes with the Jedi, one twin stays with like this coven of witches, dark side users. Like it's an interesting premise. Two twins go opposite directions. One, after 16 years, they meet up through hijinks and stuff like that, and they try to pull each other to their own side, one to the light side, one to the dark side. It's a very interesting concept. It was just executed in the most lackluster, terrible way possible. And like, as much as as much as like Star Wars fans rag on the prequels for being an absolute nightmare of like, the sand, I hate sand monologue, and other stuff like that. As much as we love to rag on it, like at least it had a plot, and at least it had a direction that it went in. And I feel like The Acolyte falls into the same category as the sequels, like the Rise of Skywalker and stuff. And where like The Force Awakens had a very good premise, even though it was basically an exact copy of A New Hope with new characters and more CGI. And like at least it had a direction, ? And then it's sort of the Last Jedi and the Rise of Skywalker were like, well, for Force Awakens, nice premise, out the window, which is not good in my opinion. So anyways, Acolyte. The Acolyte is could be interesting, wasn't interesting. I would have wanted to, if I did actually want to see the Acolyte, I would think that seeing a Jedi Wookiee in battle with like the dark side user and like the Smilo Ren, and you know, whatever, his cronies or whatever, I think that seeing a Wookiee face off, that would be so cool. Because like we only really see Chewbacca, I think, who has, you know, he has his bowcaster and everything. That's cool. I love Chewbacca. He's very near and dear to my heart. But wouldn't it be awesome if we saw a Wookiee Jedi? That would be so cool, wouldn't it? But like, we were robbed of it. We were robbed of it. He was only, we didn't even get to see him fight. We only saw him dead in a chair. Like, the missed opportunities. They missed so many opportunities, and like for the absolute lackluster performance and writing and, you know, everything, for the lackluster stuff like that, it does not constitute having $180 million budget for this lackluster piece of shit, basically. Sorry to say it, Amandla Stenberg, but you and your team, listen, she had this Star Wars show handed to her on a silver platter, and she took this and threw it out the window she has been raised in Hollywood. She was in the Hunger Games, and her acting was kind of shitty in there, but it was excusable. She was a child actor. But then she was in Dear Evan Hansen. She sucked in that. Her face was wooden. There is no expression, right? Like, literally, her expression was just like, throughout the whole show. Okay, I'm getting too close to the camera. Okay, but anyways, my point still stands that she was raised in Hollywood. Her acting in this show that was given to her on the silver platter does not constitute her acting. Okay, I am getting so worked up right now. Her acting as a raised in Hollywood Nepo baby, and this $180 million piece of horseshit, these two married, does not equal $180 million budget. Because it just doesn't. I'm sorry. It does not constitute $180 million. This is why, like, between Amandla Stenberg's acting, I'm going after her, but like, it's not just her. It's like all of the actors, or like, not all, but like 99% of the actors, wooden dialogue, wooden everything. Like, these actors, like 99% of the actors, the writing, the sets, the costumes, the dialogue, the everything that goes into making a Disney Plus show like this, all of these things are like do not constitute $180 million. Like, I would expect $180 million to go towards, like, Avengers Endgame or something, but, like, that looked good, and the CGI looked good, and, like, the acting looked good, and, you know, everything like that. But this is why people say that the Acolyte's budget is basically I can't, oh my god. This is why people say that the Acolyte's budget is basically a money laundering scheme, because the acting sucks, the costumes suck, the set sucks, everything sucks, basically. Except for maybe the Master Squid Game guy. But, like, 99% of this stuff sucks. And this is why people say that it's a money laundering scheme. Because it doesn't look like $180 million went into it. It looks like it's like a backyard project for, like, university students. And, like, I went to university, I dropped out, but, like, even, like, the people, like, even the university productions of the theater, like, the university theater productions that I was part of, their costumes looked 10 times better than whatever the Acolyte people produced. And I don't mean to rag on, like, other, like, live entertainment or, like, entertainment people, because, you know, I'm working towards that. I'm working towards, like, film and theater and, you know, film and theater unionship and stuff. But I'm just saying that the university theater productions that I was a part of, they had better lighting and better sets and better costumes than $180 million budget of a Disney-run, Lucasfilm-run project. That is my rant about the Acolyte, but we're going to move on to Amandla Stenberg again, and how her absolutely dogshit response in a YouTube video of all things. Like, she, in her YouTube video, listen, not good. It's so patronizing. Like, she's basically saying, like, the Acolyte got canceled because of all you terrible racist like, all of you white, male, privileged, racist bigots, basically, is, like, the undertone of what she's saying. And it's like, Amandla, you, a half-white, half-black kid, woman, she's my age, she's 20-something, rather. It's like, Amandla, listen, honey, sweetheart, babe, bestie, you come from privilege. Your daddy is a very wealthy Danish guy who is basically like a huge wealthy mogul of, I don't even know what you do. He's wealthy. I know I should Google that, I'm sorry. But for the point of this video, he is very white. He is the whitest of the whitest Wonder Bread men. He's, due to him being Danish, he's white. He's very white. He probably doesn't tan. He goes from, like, white to burnt and then back down to tanned. No offense. I'm just saying, I've seen pictures of him. That's my read of him. I'm sorry. Sorry, off topic. But you, Amandla, bestie, bud, you come from wealth. You come from a very wealthy family, or at least your dad is very wealthy. Your mom is person of color, whatever, you're gonna, and you keep weaponizing your person of colorness in the most distasteful ways, and you say your rhetoric or your I would say rhetoric, not sure if that's the right word for this, but your modus operandi, let's say, over the last few months, throughout 2024, let's say, it's not good, bro. You, as a person of color, are making okay, listen, as a woman of color who's also, who has grown up very wealthy, you cannot say to the people who will be paying the Disney Plus subscription fee to watch The Acolyte, you cannot say to the Star Wars fans who will watch this show, you cannot say to them, you are all racist bigots, because you yourself come from wealth. You come from a place of privilege that, like, not a lot of people can say that they come from. Not a lot of people can work their way up to the level of wealth and privilege and status that you have. And you saying that, you having the modus operandi of saying, I was poor, I grew up like the rest of you, I grew up as like a kid from the slums or whatever, as a kid from the slums, or as I grew up as like the single working mom or whatever. I don't know. Whatever you're saying or whatever you're implying with your, I'm just like the rest of you, I'm not privileged, I'm a person of color. Yes, I agree that people of color have historically been marginalized and have been treated absolutely terribly. I agree, totally. Yes, I agree that. Yes, I agree that you and I of course, have different experiences, but, have had history, Black people, Asian people, whoever. We've had, issues with, colonization, oppressors, other people, people coming in, taking stuff that doesn't technically belong to them, and, sort of, go out, and they go off, right? Yes, that has happened, and I'm not discounting that, but I'm also saying you, Amandla Stenberg, cannot claim that you yourself came from a place of non-privilege, I would say. You came from wealth. You started acting and you were a Disney baby in Disney commercials or whatever since you were 4. You have been earning money and millions of dollars since you were 4, and not a lot of other people can say that, right? So shut your trap, do your hair off screen, and sit yourself down when you're ready to frickin' talk to the Star Wars fans and be respectful about it, So that's all Star Wars fans are asking for. 99.9 of them are asking Disney, the stars, like you, the directors, the writers, whoever, the big cheeses who make these decisions, who produce these and give this pile of dog crap of the Acolyte and set it in front of us. We the fans want to say to the stars, to the, the big cheeses who make the decisions, we're not mad that you have diversity, unlike what your Nepo baby star is saying. We aren't mad that you want diversity. We want diversity too. We were very excited that Finn was like one of the big three in the Force Awakens, We're not mad. We loved Lando Calrissian. We loved we loved Lando Calrissian. We loved Mace Windu. We liked the short green guy called Yoda. It's not a problem that there's diversity. It's the fact that the diverse characters that you're throwing at us, they are poorly written, and they don't, and the rhetoric and the mansplaining, or the womansplaining now, because now the Force is female, I guess. All of this explaining and throwing stuff at the fans, saying, "Oh, we're aiming for the people of color. We're aiming for the women. We're aiming for the non-binary gays." That's not a problem. But you had to write them well, or else you're going to get your asses canceled, like the Acolyte did. So, this is my rant, basically, saying, Disney, Amandla Stenberg, especially, shut your trap, and Disney, especially, or Lucasfilms, I guess, Lucasfilms. Kathleen Kennedy, hello. You're not going to see this video, of course, but I, as a female person of color who is part of the LGBTQ rainbow community, or however you want to say it, I say, speaking probably for a lot of the people in all of the communities I cover, we, as the Star Wars fans, want well-written characters, and we want well-written stories, and we want well-crafted worlds, and we want well-crafted characters. We want to support you guys, but you guys are making it incredibly hard to like you. So, that's all I'm saying. Thanks for coming to my rant.